Whew, I hate that sound. What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the channel. This is your main man, Booster Reels. Y'all, we in the garage today because it is crazy hot out there today, man. I think it say it's 96, but I mean 97, but it's a heat index of like 106. So I'm in the garage, but I don't got no AC in the garage. I got a fan in here or whatnot, but I don't want to have it on while the video is going. So I'll be sweating today during this project. And today's project, as you can see by the title and the thumbnail, we are going to be installing frame sliders on the 2025 Suzuki GSXR 750Z. So interesting thing about these frame sliders that these are no cut frame sliders. That's my preference because I don't want to be cutting into this beautiful plastics on this bike. So for me, I've always liked no cut if I have frame sliders on the bike. So for the 750, we're going that same route and we're going with the no cut. It's not too hard of a task to do, especially if you have the right tools. So we got all the right tools that we need to do. So I'm not gonna hold y'all any longer. I'm not gonna hold myself any longer because it's getting warm in here already since I just turned the fan off. So we're gonna go ahead and get to work. Never mind me sweating. Let's get the job done. All right, so right here, I like to lay everything out before I get going. So what's recommended, especially in my opinion, torque wrench. So you can torque this correct specs on everything. I got my hex tools right here, to take the plastics off. And of course, I got my hex sockets for the engine bolt. So the engine bolt is going to require that. And granted, you could use the hex tool, but you're not going to be able to torque it to spec. So, and you're going to need a flathead screwdriver, smaller socket. And over here, we've got the parts for the actual frame slider. So right here, we got the brackets. That's the right side, left side. And I think that's left side and right side. So you got the swing arm. I meant swing arm. You got the actual slider, the bolts, then the bolts to go with everything else. So we have to take the plastics off of this bad boy right here. So understanding and taking these plastics off, you're gonna have these two bolts right here. You're gonna have this one here. Then you got one down here. And up under the front, you're gonna have this right here. This is what you use a flathead for. It's a pop out. And then underneath, you have one underneath right here. I believe, what is that? I feel like that's not missing, is it? I'm gonna have to look at that. I don't think it's missing, but anyway. And then you got one all the way under the bottom that you're gonna have to take off to pull this side plastic off. So let me get to work, guys. I thought I was recording on there, but I wasn't. I ain't did too much. I just took out these bolts right here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now I'm up under here getting a little rivet. So my bad on that, guys. So just got to get this last one. I think it's one right here. It feels like one. When you are pulling off the plastics for the bike, you got to be very careful, okay? This is my sweat rag, y'all. You got to be very careful. And just kind of, oh, I forgot the one on the bottom, my bad. One on the bottom. Where is my screwdriver? There it is. One on the bottom to connect both sides of the fairings. There we go. Okay. Got that one out. All right, so you got to be careful. So you get all this, and this comes out. Let's see. That got to be it's just another one up under there. Don't seem like it want to pop out. There we go. Okay. It's rough, y'all. It's rough in here. Okay, so now just kind of be careful and pulling these clips out. Take your time. There we go. Because we don't want nothing to break. And then these air hoses right here, these hoses, you could just take this clip right here and just pull it out like that, and then just let them hang and go put your plastic somewhere safe. All right. So we got that done. Don't need a light no more. Okay. I thank y'all for bearing with me. So I'm gonna show you. This is the engine bolt right here, okay? Don't try to do this stuff too fast, okay? And the reason being is you might say, I'm gonna just take the plastics off of both sides and then go take both bolts out. Never take both engine bolts out. You're gonna give yourself more problems than you want. So we're gonna do one side at a time. I didn't think I'd be sweating this much, man. My mic hanging down to my shirt. Let's see if we can mount this bad boy on a bike or somewhere. Let's sit this bad boy at. All right, we're gonna just sit this right here. Hopefully it's picking up my voice pretty good. All right, so now what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to remove this engine bolt. And we're gonna remove that. I think it says a 8. Move with an 8. All right, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Get y'all in a little closer. Turn that off. I ain't trying to do all these. My bad. I ain't trying to do all these extra cameras, y'all, because it's about to be a headache, and I'm just trying to get this job done. So lefty loosey, righty tighty. So we need to go the other way. Let's see if we can go ahead and get it to budge. Yep, just like that. All right, let's take it off of here. We should be able to undo it with our hands. And this is pretty much going to be the same on both sides, except for it's just, well, there is a slight difference, and I'll show you what that is. So keep these. You're not going to put this exact one back in there, but keep them. Okay, so we'll put that in my little bowl. And what we're going to do is we have to prepare the bracket. Okay, this is the bracket for the left side, and this is the bracket for the right side. And you're probably like, well, how do you know? Okay, so looking at it, if you see that recessed area right there, that means the bolt is going to go through that way. So that means this backside is what's going to be flush up against the frame of the bike. Okay, now, so look at both of these back sides. If you see, this one has a ridge, and that ridge is to protect it from laying on your VIN number on the other side, and you'll see it when I go over there. So while it's up there, it won't be rubbing off your VIN number. You know what I mean? So, and we have to prepare these, right? So I need to get some Loctite. Hold on, let me go get some. All right, so Loctite, thread lock. It's all the same. Just make sure you get the right one, okay? Yeah, get the right one. This one is the blue. So if you get, this is called thread lock by thread lock, but if you get the one by Loctite, make sure you get the blue one, because the blue one, you could remove it after a certain time. But if you get the red, that's permanent. You dig what I'm saying? That red is permanent. So we got to prepare that, and we're going to do that by 1, 2, 1, 2. So what we need is to take this bolt, and we're going to put it through this side. And then we're going to take one of these washers, and we're going to tighten it up on the back side. But before we do that, we have to put Loctite on that bolt. And all you need is a small dab. Get this up here. Man, I know y'all see me sweating like that dude is a fool in there. But, you know, when you love this stuff, man, you love it. So, yep, just a small dab. I don't know if you can see it. It's going around. But anyway, just a small dab on there. And then we're going to take this and tighten it on there. And then we're going to come with our, is this the right side? Yeah. And tighten it down with our T-wrench. So that's good and tight. Ain't going nowhere. And we're gonna repeat the same thing on the second side. I'm gonna put us a little drip Loctite on there. And take this one, screw it on in there. Oh, come on now. Do I got it backwards or something? Let me see. Might be backwards. Yeah, I guess you can do it backwards. So do that. We're gonna tighten this side up. And she's tight. So, let me wipe my forehead real quick. Okay, so once you got that in there, right? You see how this part right here is recessed right here? That's so it'll fit inside of here on the frame. So it's gonna go like that. Okay, and we're gonna take and put a little bit of Loctite on this bolt because you get these bolts in the pack, and these are the replacement engine bolts. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little bit of Loctite on there, same way we did the other one. Enough to go around. Don't need an OD or nothing like that on it. We're gonna put this on here and put the bolt in. And then we're gonna get our hex socket and we're gonna hand tighten it. So the last thing you wanna do here is misthread a bolt. Man, could you imagine having to get it rethreaded where your engine bolt goes at? All right, yeah, so we're gonna just hand tighten it here because we're gonna have to torque it to a specific spec, and that spec is gonna be 40 pounds. So we're just gonna do it hand tight here for now. Okay, and feel like everything is secure there. All right, so now once we got that secure, we're gonna get our torque wrench. And I got this is a 1/2 inch torque wrench, so I gotta step down to the 3/8 or whatever. So that's why I got that. And I got my torque set at, where we at? You can set it at 40 pounds, foot-pounds. So you see that? I'm not sure if you can or not. It is set at 40 pounds. So we're gonna just take it slow. Oh man, I didn't even put this. Y'all, I'm slipping. This heat mic got me going. Gotta put this hex socket on. I don't know what I was about to do. So put this hex socket on, and then we're gonna go until it clicks. So we're gonna take it easy. We're not gonna try to ratchet fast. We'll just go until we hear it click. That's it. Recommended torque is done. So I can get this off. Okay. So I got that off of the torque wrench. And man, y'all, it is hot in here. Like I said, I wish I could turn the fan on, but you guys will give me heck. You know what I mean? You guys give me heck with the noise. So we got that back on. We got that on there. So what I want to do now is go and take the other side off. So come with me on the other side. If I start talking delusional, y'all, it's because of the heat. Blame it on the heat. You're like, you don't know what he's talking about. Man. The heat in the garage. I need to get me a mini split in here or something that's not loud. So I can, have it cool in here without a bunch of noise, you know what I'm saying? I said the top two are gonna be 4 on the hex, and the bottom is 5. And oh, my bad, on this side, the bottom is 4. This bottom one, the other one That one was 5. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. If y'all see any speeding up, you know, and so that we're not making this thing super, super long. Right. So I gotta remember that, y'all. That one is a small one. All right. I'm gonna leave that bracket right there. I need to put this push pin there too, just so I won't forget that one. These are the same type. Yep. This one for this side and that one for that side. I was thinking about, like, I'm trying to rush this. Man, y'all just hang out with your boy, man, while I get this done. You know what I mean? Because the more I try to rush, the more I start to sweat and this and that. Man, we could just rock out, y'all. We can just rock out and get it done. And make sure we get it done the right way. And try not to sweat as much as I'm sweating right now. Y'all see that on my shirt? Like, look at that. It's crazy. And like I said, just take your time. Because these are some expensive plastic. And you know what? I probably don't need to take this thing all the way off. There we go. Woo! I hate that sound. Gosh, I hate that sound, y'all. Because I think something broke, but it didn't break. I just hate it. Thank God it never broke, but I hate that sound. Because it just makes you feel like something broke. So, we do the same thing over here, guys. We are going to take this engine bolt off. Like I said, remember, don't ever take both engine bolts out at the same time. All right, so let's see, let me get this one. That's a little tight on this side. Oh, nowhere near that tight, y'all. Hold on. Get some leverage on this thing. There we go. Get some leverage on that. That is what it is. Got that out. Try to hold on to that. So now I need the one, this one right here that came with the kit. And we need to prep our, gotta prep the bracket first. Let me prep my face. Prep the bracket first. So let's get us some Loctite. And when I was telling you about this side over here, I was showing you guys how it has this groove in here. And this groove, let me show you, is gonna protect your venom because it's gonna, my bad. It's this groove on, where you at? Where you at? Okay. This groove on the back right here, you see how it's got that groove right there? Because it's gonna be sitting like this. Is it? Hold on. I got it the right way, y'all? Yeah. So that groove is gonna protect this from rubbing off your venom and stuff like that. So, whew, I tell you, it's rough in here, y'all. So let's get to getting this one together. Put us a little Loctite on here. Okay, so we do that, and we're gonna take our, where's our torque wrench or hex? That one's too small, so that means this one's just right. Yep, tighten them on there. Then we're gonna prep the other one. Get us some more Loctite. Let it drip around to the other end. This one's a little stubborn. There we go. Okay. I think I might need a paper towel instead of that microfiber towel. So this is gonna sit just like that there. So we're gonna take our bolt, our new engine bolt with the washer on it, put up some Loctite on there. All right. Like I said, you ain't got an OD on the Loctite. Just enough to go around the edge. Put it in there. And we're gonna hand tight first. Like I said, this one was a little tighter on this side and then the other side. So just tighten them on in there. Okay. And then of course, we got to get our trusty torque wrench so we can torque it to spec. Where it at? Got it. And it's already torqued to the it's already set to the right spec. So we are going to go down to 40 pounds. Oh. 40 pounds. Was that the right way? Oh, my bad, y'all. I'm going the wrong way. Jeez Louise. It's the heat, y'all. It's the heat. So y'all can see. And like I say, go till it click. Not when I go back this way, that's a different click. And just take your time. Because you don't want to over torque it. Get close. There you go. Bingo bango, y'all. Bingo bango. So got that done. Now, what we want to do is we want to put the plastics back on there now. Because all we needed to take them off for was to get that set. So I'm gonna go get me a paper towel and I'm gonna turn the fan on for a second. And then I'm gonna put the plastics back on. You guys saw how I took them off, so it's no difference. And then we're gonna actually put the sliders on. So I'll be right back. Woo. Thank you, Jesus. Thought I broke something, y'all. Thought I broke something, man. I gotta get this to get my mind together, y'all. That heat kind of had me jacked up for a minute there. My bad, y'all. I'm swinging y'all all around and everything else, so just never mind me. And I gotta remember it was a small one down here. So I'm going something wrong, y'all. This ain't going in there. I know that's the right one. Let's see, that's the small one. And these are the two small ones for the other side on top. Let's swap it out and see if it's a different small one. Okay, it's in there, but I wouldn't think this bolt is. I hope that bolt ain't messing that thing up. Let me see something again. This cushion tight up there. Oh man, I messed something up, y'all. I gotta fix it. Okay, y'all. So the problem was, and it was my fault. This side, the right side, on this bracket, it doesn't require a washer. Although a washer comes with the kit, because with the washer, it's not gonna sit in like it's supposed to do. So now I'm wondering if I need to take that front plastic all the way off again. So I'm gonna do it the right way. Yeah, so it wouldn't seat right. And I was wondering why. Like I said, that's all my bad, y'all. But you know, first time me putting frame sliders on this gen jigsaw. Yeah, see that thing going right on in there flush like it's supposed to, man. Yeah. Okay. So I gotta tighten up with my hand. So don't be me, y'all. Don't be me. And we're gonna tighten it up the spec, which is 40 right there. Yep. So now I wouldn't have had the problems in trying to get the plastics back on there if I would have done what I was supposed to do the first time. And that's me trying to move too fast and not paying attention. So learn from me on that one. And I'm glad I turned the camera back on so you guys could actually see that. And me not, I'm not one of them types that's gonna, kind of do everything. Let me back you up a little bit. I'm not the type that's gonna try and do stuff behind, behind the skies of pausing the camera or editing it out. That's not it. Y'all know, like I tell you on this channel, good, bad, or ugly, everything. You know what I mean? You're gonna get it all. So I don't fake the funk. But if you watch the mistake that I made, you won't make that mistake. So hopefully you're watching the video before you actually do it. Because putting these things back together, one thing can be off and it'll throw, and as you've seen, it'll throw all the plastics off. That's why I started having problems down here to start off with. But if everything was the way it was supposed to be, it'd have been just as simple as how it's going right now. So you see how this one is going right on in there now. That's because everything is lined up. So now we got to go to the front. I'm gonna swing you guys around here just so you can hang out with me still. And it's still 100 and some degrees in here, I'm sure. But we're gonna get these push pins back together where they're supposed to be. Now you know what? I'm gonna turn the fan off on this side. Closer. It'll probably be a lot louder. So, all right. Okay, that needs to go with that one right there. So, now we need to get this other plastic. Where is it? Okay, there's that. There's that. Put this back on. Remember, we got to put these hoses. Bring you over here. Remember, we got to get these hoses back here. So make sure they're laying the way they're supposed to lay. And then we put them in there. We want it to. Supposed to go down like that. And they're gonna be like that. So I'm gonna lift this up. And they're back in there. Okay. So put them right there. Or which way did they come from? Okay, I think it was, yeah. Where you at now? Where you at? How you go? Okay. Let's see. Okay, got that there. And that there. Let me get these small ones up top. Oh man, we got something that came out, y'all. I don't know how in the world that came out. And it seems like I'm missing a bolt too. I tell you, I do it to myself, man. I do it to myself. But it'll take me a second to figure it out. But this is another error on my behalf. So remember that long fairing bolt is coming out of the left side of the bike. Out of the left side of the bike. And it seemed like, I just turned the fan off. And it felt good without the fan. I mean, with the fan, and as soon as I took it off, shit, it is smoking. Yeah. There we go. Okay, just simple alignment issue, y'all, but we got it right. We got them right. But be like that sometimes. It is what it is. Sometimes things work in your favor, like start to finish, and sometimes But you know, I like doing these videos like that when I do something for the first time, because there are some people out there that will actually do the modification when it's cosmetic and then take it back to stock just so that they'll know how to do it flawlessly to make it, look seamless or whatnot. But that's not what I do on my end. If I have problems, you're going to see it. Man, y'all, your boy has had a time, man. I don't know how these other dudes that did this modification make it look so simple, one take Jake type deal. I'm telling you, it's not like that for me. Now, doggone, from like me thinking I lost bolts to, the error that I showed you guys earlier. And on top of that, there's heat in here, man. It is blazing. But I'm almost done because we got all the plastics back on the bike. And now it's actually time to put the slider on. So with the slider, the bolt just goes in there like that. And I want to make sure that I want to say, is this side? Or because one side is, of course, if you know about sliders, y'all know one side is longer than the other. So let me just make sure on this other side. Because I don't want to. Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so short one goes on the right side, guys. The short one goes on the right side, and the longer one goes on the left side. And the torque spec for the actual frame slider is, I don't know if y'all probably don't want to see my mug, but it's 32. So I got to set this from 40 to 32. So let me unloosen it and go down to 32. Remember I said short one on the right side, short slide on the right side, long slide on the left side, which we're about to do now. So put some Loctite on here. And get my correct, which T is it? Oh, it's gonna be that, my bad. Oh no, it's gonna be one of these, probably this one. Okay, so let me get that, drop that on in there. And I think it's this one. First shot, I believe. So, I got that, bring you guys in. And since it's already mounted, we're just gonna go right here to the spot. We're gonna tighten it on in with this. And I got an extension for my, I think this is it. But it's too small? Yeah, it's too small. I got an extension for the torque wrench, so we'll be able to tighten it into the specs, which is 32 foot-pound of torque. Let's get this bad boy on. Got it hand tight, feels sturdy. Now we're gonna go to, we're gonna go to get my extension first. That's what we're gonna do. So we can get inside here. Is this the right size? Yes, right size. And go until we hear it click. That's it. So that's simple. It's on. So we're going over to the other side. Come on with me now. And I said the shorter slider goes on this side. What happened to our Loctite, y'all? I'm gonna drop us a little Loctite on here. While the sweat dropped down my face. Put this in here. Then we are going to do this hand tight at first. Then we're gonna apply the correct torque, which is 32 pound-feet of torque. That's it. And she's on there and not going nowhere. Thank God I'm done. I think the heat made it extremely hard. And this is my advice to anybody out there that's someone that plan on doing mods. Make sure you got some type of AC. Like I said, when I turned the camera off, I would turn the fan on to cool it off a little bit, y'all. But look, this is ridiculous. Oh, the new brand, y'all, Booster Rails gear. I'll drop the link down below. On the back, you got the big BR that says keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down. So if you want one of these shirts, which it won't be sweaty like this one, if you want one of these shirts, all different colors, sizes, just check down in the description below. But man, y'all, I got this done in this heat. It's probably like in the garage, it's probably about 102, maybe 102, 103. So it's crazy. I won't do this again. I promise you. Don't be like, well, it's your fault. Yeah, it was my fault, but I wanted to get this done because we're about to start these slow maneuvers, start getting Shay into doing more slow maneuvering. So it's just a fail safe, for the bike. So guys, I'm about to get out of this heat and into the house, into the AC. And I'm going to check y'all out next time. So if you're out there riding, make sure to keep the rubber side down, shiny side up. Peace.